We'll go ahead and get started with today's post-game press conference for NIU women's basketball. Thanks for being with us. We have Asia Davis joining us now. At this time, we'll take questions for Asia. Justin from the Northern Star, go ahead.
Asia, that beginning of that third quarter, you started to really impose your way down there. What are some of the things going on during halftime you guys really talk about to really work at the ball down low to you, really?
They were giving me the ball from the start. I just made an adjustment. I realized how she was playing me. I just needed to use my quickness a little bit more to get around her. So,
Asia, this is the second game in a row you've really shown that you're able to finish at the basket. I know the first half wasn't the greatest. I know you've talked about it a little bit before with me about your ability. You've been working on your finishing ability, but is this something that you really need to still work on, or is it something that you're gonna consistently stay the same? Are you always gonna work on that aspect of your game, or no?
oh yeah, for sure. I think just getting as many reps as possible. So individuals in practice and things like that, I know that I can score the ball well. It's just confidence, and then my teammates believe in me, and also the coaches. So it's really just confidence.
Asia, you guys have a kind of a doubleheader weekend with these guys. What are some of the things that you've seen from Kent State tonight? You might go home or even talk to coach with after this game to kind of adjust for tomorrow's game.
I don't think we really need to adjust much, I don't think we need to adjust really anything. It was really just stop fouling at the rim, and then they kind of got hot, so we need to pick up on the shooters more. So,
Asia, this is, I think sorry. I have one more question. Sorry.
Okay.
Why is this not popping up? Okay, you didn't have to. Asia, this is your first loss in a while. What is some of the things that you're gonna do? I know you guys really played a great three quarters. That fourth quarter, you guys kind of struggled a little bit. You guys were kind of hot coming into this game. What are some things? Is this more of a moment where you clear your mind, get ready for tomorrow, or is it something you kind of think back on and go from there?
I say a little bit of both. Definitely need to come in with another mindset that was our game last night, but we're putting that one behind us and stepping to the plate tomorrow. Kind of like what coaches says, next play mentality, next game mentality, next possession and game. So
that's all I had, Asia. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to questions from Eddie Crippier from the Daily Chronicle. Hopefully Eddie's connection is working, and go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, I hope I'm stable now. I didn't hear any of the early part of the interview. I apologize. You guys, what was working for you guys offensively in the third quarter that wasn't there maybe for you guys the rest of the game?
I don't think it was really anything. My teammates were consistently passing me the ball. Most of the time I was passing it out because of the bigger defender, but I had a couple layups that I missed. So I just went back and talked it over with one of the coaches, and then I just made the adjustment to finish stronger, to use my speed to get around her and then finish the ball like I know I can.
And then take me through that final offensive possession you guys had as a team, the inbounds that went out of bounds. Just what were you guys looking to do there? How were you feeling down two at that point?
Originally, we were supposed to run a 4-low set, and it was a different couple of options, but neither one of the options worked. So.
Okay. Anything else?
On again. I just watched the YouTube video later. She answered it. It's fine.
All right. He's got a few connection issues, so hopefully we'll get those resolved. Asia, that should be everything for you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, and now we're joined by Janae Poison. Janae, thanks for being with us. We will go to questions for you from Justin from the Northern Star. Go ahead, Justin.
Johnny, you guys did not have the best night from behind the arc. What are some of the things Kent State was able to prevent you guys from doing, from getting open looks? Really, because you only shot 415, and you guys didn't have the greatest night.
I feel like in the first half we got a lot of open threes. We just didn't hit every one of them. I feel they weren't doing anything special, but I don't think that we were as aggressive as we could have been. I think myself and maybe even Pete passed up some shots because we wanted to make sure we were getting something really good out of the offense. So I think it's just like having confidence and continue to keep shooting.
Johnny, outside your three-point shooting, you've really shown this season your ability to get by defenders and get to the rim because they seriously think you're a really good three-point shooter and you pose a big threat. What are some of the things that you've been working on to work on your game, finishing at the rim and stuff like that?
Well, I feel like it's kind of always been part of my game, but I think coming back, I've definitely been more in the role of being a shooter. But getting to the rim is what I really like to do, and it's what I always used to do. So I think I've just been like trying to work on that in practice and my individuals more so than anything.
I don't know if you heard me ask this to Asia, but this game, I know you guys play again tomorrow against Kent State. After this game, I don't know how you're feeling about. I know there's a letdown that you guys lost, but is this a moment where you, as a learning moment, or is this a moment where you go home and forget about it and come back fresh tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to have a quick memory. Go to sleep, wake up, same thing all over again. I think that, like Asia said, there wasn't a whole lot that we need to change. I think we got out toughed in a lot of different things. But I know that we can be the tougher team. So I think it's very small and just like will to that we have to change, not a whole lot of technical stuff. And I think we'll definitely be better at that tomorrow.
One last question. Mariah Modkins, she's only 5'1", but she's very quick, and she's really very quick, especially on ball defense and switching off the screens. What are some of the presences that she gave you guys tough? Because she was all over the place on defense, on you and Shelby.
Yeah, I mean, she's a really good defender, really great player. Her closeouts were really good. I remember she tipped one of my threes actually for her size. Like, I think she knows how to play with her size, and she does it very, very well. And she's really good at like running her team and playing defense. So.
All right, thank you, John. That's all I have for you.
Thank you.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, Janae.
I'm sorry.
So, Eddie, I will go ahead and see if you want to ask any questions of Janae.
Yeah, assuming I don't like freeze up again. No, just in the third quarter, offensively as a team, you guys did a lot better than pretty much you did the rest of the game. What was working for you there? What for you guys? What were they maybe not doing? What was the difference in that quarter compared to the other three, and especially the fourth?
Yeah, I think we're a third quarter team. I think regardless of what happened in the first half, we always come out with that energy. I think the starting five does a really good job of that. And we were just feeding off of AD. Obviously, had some really big buckets in the beginning. I think we were just feeding off that. So I don't think we did anything differently. I think we just started making more shots in the second half.
Then kind of what kept that momentum, you think, from carrying over into the fourth quarter?
Just next play mentality. We talk about that all the time, keeping the same energy. Obviously, we had a lot of subs in and out. So really just talking to each other and making sure that we had that same energy that those who were on the floor had, when you come onto the floor. So, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Janae. Now you're all good. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, and now we're joined by head coach Lisa Carlsen. Lisa, thanks for being with us. And if you could give us a statement about today's game.
Yeah, I think you have to, tip your hat to Kent. I thought for the most part, throughout the entire 40 minutes, they were the tougher team. And unfortunately, down the stretch, they hit a couple of big shots, sealed some things with free throws, and we put ourselves at a deficit at a really bad time. But I think you have to give Kent credit. I thought they were really good defensively.
Okay, Eddie, we'll go ahead and start with you, Eddie Crippier from the Daily Chronicle.
Hey, Coach. Just kind of what changed for you guys offensively? What was working in the third quarter for you guys? Okay, you shot a much higher percentage. Asia seemed to have things working down low. Well, was there a difference you noticed with something you were doing, something they were doing that worked for you guys in the third that wasn't there anywhere else?
Well, obviously you mentioned Asia had a great quarter. I thought she really went to work. Her teammates did a great job of getting her the ball. And I think the other thing is we were able to get some stops and then get out and go a little bit. Aaron had a couple of takes to the hole and things like that. We're obviously better when we can get some things in the open court. And I thought we were better at that in the third quarter than we were previously.
Take me through that final inbound with about 10 seconds left and ended up going out of bounds. I mean, what was the plan and just what ended up obviously not working?
Well, obviously getting the ball in bounds is always the most critical piece. No matter how good the play is, if you don't get the ball in bounds, it's not going to work. And that's on me. I needed to, seeing that wasn't going well with the timeout left, I needed to call a timeout there and see if we couldn't draw something else up. But unfortunately I didn't. Ball goes out of bounds and then we're in a really tough position. So I need to do a better job of that, really getting a feel for whether that inbounds pass is going to be an easy one or one we're not going to be able to make.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll go to Justin from the Northern Star. Go ahead, Justin.
Coach, coming into this game, I was expecting to be kind of a 3-point barrage because you and Kent State are two top teams in the conference at 3-point shooting. We got a little bit different. Neither team really shot great from 3-point territory. Kent State had pretty good fourth quarter, but what are some of your expectations from tomorrow's game? I mean, you go right back at it tomorrow morning.
I think tomorrow both teams are just going to want to come out and be the best version of themselves. I heard the players talk a little bit about it. It's not wholesale changes that you're going to look to make in a very short amount of time. But we didn't have great offensive flow at all during the course of this game. Like you say, in the third quarter, we were a little bit better at times, but I thought Kent did a nice job of keeping us out of rhythm. We have to be better offensively in order to have success tomorrow.
Coach, a big factor at times when you guys were looking great offensively was Erin Hodges. She left in the third quarter of apparent injury. I don't know if you can tell me anything about the status for tomorrow's game or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I haven't talked to our trainers yet on what that injury looks like for tomorrow.
Okay. John A., I'm going to jump to John A. She has really, really shown that her ability to get to the rim because she's shown that she is a presence from beyond the arc. What have you seen so far this year for her ability to finish at the rim?
Well, and she mentioned it, when she was recruited, she wasn't a one-dimensional scorer. I think she's actually become a much better shooter, which is what you would expect as your skill set continues to grow. But she's always had the ability, especially before the knee injuries, to get to the rim. I think she's feeling better physically now than she ever has since those injuries. And so that's instinctive for her. And she's getting better and better, which is great because people are going to play her as a shooter.
Coach, I asked both Asia and John, as you probably overheard me saying, I imagine your response is going to be the same, but is this something you go home and you think about it, or you just go home and wake up tomorrow and it's a new day type of deal?
Well, I think as far as our message to the players, it's definitely one of, rest up, get as physically ready as you can and mentally ready to compete for 40. As a coaching staff, it's our responsibility to go back and really break things down and find out where we could have been better in certain situations and hopefully prepare our team better for tomorrow's battle.
Okay, Coach. Thank you so much. That's all I had.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mike.